Hey, yeah, I know you heard what Mummy said.
Scared.
You scared? Alright, well, let's fix that.
I blood fever actually,
Yeah, I know.
and I really want to.
Yeah.
I can get that fidget spin of yours.
Oh, no. Please. Just make sure the stream is set up properly. Almost ready. Okay. Starting at 10 a.m. Central Eastern Time. That's tomorrow. Should be okay. Now, do you remember where we got up to?
High Noon Saloon.
High Noon Saloon. So, let's just see. We're on the right account.
High Noon Saloon.
Chapter 3 and 4. Alright.
I think it's time to add some all-important suspense to this game. With the code, we can make certain things happen after a timer expires. You can then decide how long or short you want the timer to be, and also set at what point the timer starts counting down. In this High Noon Saloon mod, we want to set it up so that the players should only shoot at each other after the draw message comes up on screen. The first part of this is triggering...
But did we actually add the code for that? Let's have a look. Timer will be for the game, won't it? Not for the player. We'll go and have a look in game.
Yeah.
Start timer, 15. And then on timer expire, draw. And PvP is enabled. Yeah, you're right. So what else?
More enjoyable for your players. Currently, we've got this 15-second countdown. Well, that's all well and good, except it makes the game a bit predictable. It means that you always know exactly when the fighting is about to begin. In fact, you can even count down at the same time as the timer counts down because the current time is being updated every second. While this is useful for some games, it's not that great for this one. Remember how I told you all about booleans and how they can only be true or false? Well, we actually use a boolean here to switch off the visible countdown, so the code isn't updating you the whole time. Still in the game file, you want to look up in the search bar Show Countdown Timer. There it is. Now what you want to do is drag this into OnCode Update, underneath where your timer starts. Remember I told you this is a boolean, meaning it has a true or false answer. So what does this block do? Well, if it's set to true, it will display the countdown.
It was that one there, wasn't it, hey?
Yeah.
And that one goes, yeah, after the timer. Yep. Is that right? Yeah. Cool. And then?
Will display the countdown on the screen. Do we want that? No! So on the right just here, you can click and set it to false. Great!
So, we need to go on that
Yep.
first.
Yeah. Nice one.
Yay!
Okay, what's next?
And go back under the video.
Now then, this 15-second timer.
Excuse me.
In theory, we want this timer to count down a random number of seconds. By using a random number of seconds, the players won't know when to expect the draw, and that adds some much needed suspense to the game. But how do we get a random number in our timer? That sounds pretty tricky. Well, fear not, it's actually much easier than you may think. Still in the game file, you want to head over to the search bar. Search for generate int, and then you'll see a block of code. So this is the block of code we'll be using, but currently our
So we need to get that red one right. Escape.
So in the search bar now, we can search for that. Yep.
So you do a G.
G-E-N. Yeah, there we go. But we don't know where she's going to put it. Do you want to press
Gen.
play on the video?
Our 15 is in the way in the seconds section. What we can do is click on 15, then drag it to the right of the code editor and drop it in the bin to get rid of it. Now we can simply drag in the
time. Okay. Take that. Put it in the trash bin.
Where do we put it now, though, in the code? Should we finish? Should we finish watching what she's saying?
In the generate integer in the empty space in our timer.
In an empty space. Empty. Right there.
No.
There?
Put it over this pink bit in the timer. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Ready? Grab that one and put it in. See how it goes dark like that?
Yeah.
In there.
Oh.
Get rid of that. And then let's see what she says.
But now we've got it here, what does it do? Well, you see there are two values which need filling in. One is the start range and one is the end range. What we can do is give the code two options for how many seconds it should count down. But instead of just using those two options, the code will start with the first, the start range, and then pick a number anywhere between that and the end range. A bit like rolling a dice. So let's fill this start range in with 15. Then we can fill the end range in with something like 25. This means 25 seconds is the longest possible amount of time we'd want to give the players to run away at the start of the game. But this means that the range now gives the timer any option.
So type in 1, 5.
Oh, you just have to click in the white bit there. Yep.
1, 5.
Okay. And then you can either click the tick or you can actually press enter as well, which is this arrow here. No, yeah, that one. Yep. There you go. And 1, 5, and then what's the other one? 2, 5. 25.
What? We did a new level. Wait, I think. No.
Any option between 15 and 25 seconds. Each time the code updates, it will pick a random number of seconds to count down. That could be 15 or 16 or 17 or 23 or 19 or 25.
Wait, I just pressed that
plus all the
button.
other numbers I haven't mentioned.
Yeah. That'll pause it.
And that's that sorted. You should be able to run your code now and test this.
Pause it. Yep, there you go.
The onion see my mouth, right? It's going to.
This out. Just make sure your
Now what do we have to do?
Well, the main thing that you need to do at the moment is listen to what she's saying. She wasn't actually doing any code then. She was just talking. Yeah? Ready?
Oh. Yeah?
Yeah.
Just make sure your code matches mine, then give it a try.
Oh no! The man with no name is taken a hostage. Can anyone save him?
So you can do this and just go away with it. Yes? Yes, I do.
Oh no, that would be bad. Kaboom!
Yeah. Alright, so now, will you give it a run
Yeah?
and go and have a look at...
Oh my god, that's humongous. Oh my god. Babe. Bish, stop.
Oh, look. There's a red error there. Here, what's it saying here?
Press it.
Oh, hold on. Let's have a look. Switch to epic mode. Epic mode! Alright. This is still in here. Need to get rid of that. There we go. Pretty sure it'll work now.
Yeah. It's
Tiny. And then it'll say draw. Either between 15 or 25 seconds. Draw! There you go.
I'm just blank pictures. Boom. Boom. Bam.
Double bam.
Thank you for the sticks. How do I get out? So there and was that a good shoe?
Mm-hmm.
Yike. So oh my god, I was supposed to do. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm like a goobernacle. Like it was.
Alright. Should we move on to the next section now? Yeah?
I need to flick the lever. Hiya. I just said hiya.
Alright. Ready?
Yeah. Goobernacle. Number 4. It says number 4. Hiya.
Batman says, you can save yourself. Batman!
So your code is looking great so far, and we're almost on a finished game. However, one thing which I think is a bit irritating is that if you want to reset the game back to the beginning, you have to come back to the code editor and press the run button every time. Wouldn't it be better if you could reset it directly from the server? That sure would be a nice addition. But how do we do this? Don't we need to press the run button to update the server? Yes, you do, but you can also add a bit of code in called reset game. This will automatically reset the game for us and run the code all over again from the beginning. All we have to do before adding in this code is decide when we want to run it. Let me introduce you to commands. Commands are used in Minecraft, and you may have already used them before. In the text box, you can type a /, then your command. This is often used for killing a player if you're OP, or setting the time of day. Because we have the power of code, however, we can run reset game when we type a certain command. All we have to do is decide what we want the command to be that triggers the reset, and we can restart the game whenever we want. So how do we go about doing this? Well, first up, we need to be in the player file, and we need to add a brand new method. Click.
Wait, let's watch a bit more before we...
I wanna like go skedaddle.
Yeah.
Then go back. Play. See,
Click the add method button at the bottom of the player file under your code, and then in that list of methods, find onRun command.
Huh?
This is how we can add that custom command in that will reset the game. Next up, we need to use a conditional. A conditional is code which only runs under certain conditions. The specific conditional we'll be using is
Someone save him?
great so far, and we're almost also add a bit of code in called reset game. Don't we need to press the run button to update the server? You could reset it directly from the server. If you want to reset the game back to the beginning, you have to come back to the code editor and press the run button every time. Wouldn't it be better if you could reset it directly from the server? That sure would be a nice addition. But how do we do this? Don't we need to press the run button to update the server? Yes, you do, but you can also add a bit of code in called from the beginning. And you may have already used them before.
So we're going to add a command, okay?
And we can restart the game whenever we want. So how do we go about doing this? Well, first up, we need to be in the player file.
Wait, this is where we got to last time before.
Player file. And we need to add a brand new method. Click the add method button at the bottom of the player file under your code, and then in that list of methods, find onRun command. This is how we can add that custom command in that will reset the game. Next up, we need to use a conditional. A conditional is code which only runs under certain conditions.
Shall I add that?
The specific conditional we'll be using is called an if statement.
Add method. OnRun command. And then
I'm from England, and in England it rains a lot. Whenever I leave the house, if it's raining, I take an umbrella. If we wrote this in code, it would look like this. On leave house, if raining, take umbrella. See, I only need to take my umbrella when it's raining, which means the take umbrella code sits inside the if statement, just here.
We only want the reset to happen when we run a command, and only if that command is the specific one which we set. Let's add an if statement in now. You want to go to the sidebar or use the search bar to find the if statement. It looks like this, and you want to drag it in just here, right at the top of your onRun command method. Now you'll see in the if statement, there's a part which needs filling in. This is where we determine our custom command. First up, we need to get some blocks of code which only relate to commands. But how do we do?
oops. Here, I'll do that. I'll do that.
And only if that command is the specific one which we set. Let's add an if statement in now at the top of your onRun. But how do we do this? Well, we can use the build button, click equals, and then click place. This will place your code into the if statement.
Alright. So you're going to put that if statement in. And then so what you're saying here is if left equals right, equals. Oops. See if command dot equals. I think we need to get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. No, and that too. So if we just want to say if command equals, let's see what command she wants to use.
If statement, but we need it up here, so drag it up into the empty space. This line means exactly what it says, and you should be able to read this method out loud so far, and it should make sense in English too. On run command, if command equals. This means when we run a command, if the command is, well, what do we want it to equal? What do we want our custom command to actually be? You can see there's now this space which needs filling in. If you click and select string, a text box will appear. This is where you can create your custom command to reset the game. In the text box, type a slash, then let's choose a command. One-word commands usually work best as they're quick and easy to type. I'm going to go with /showdown. How very Western appropriate. That's now the command written. However, we haven't put any code actually inside the conditional. What do we say we want to happen when we run this command? We want to reset the game. Using the build button again, we can find and use a block from the game file and put it inside the player file. Click the plus to open the build window and first click Get Game. Next, find the block we want, which is Reset Game. Click that and then place your block. You can then drag it inside the if statement if it's not there already, and your command is complete. This now means that at any point in the game you can type /showdown and the game will reset.
Alright, we've done our get game and reset game, so when we type showdown, we'll reset the game. I think we'll run that and test it, shall we, before we finish up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go and have a look. So what was it? Showdown, yeah? Maybe we have to
Draw.
let's reconnect. Wait, did we click run? Ah, see? It reset it. Showdown. Yeah, that's cool.
Draw.
It'll be draw in 15 to 25 seconds. The barbecue. Or something. Oops.
The campfire.
Draw. Alright, then when we type showdown again. Yeah, it resets the game. That's pretty cool, hey? Alright. I think that's enough for tonight. It's getting a bit late, hey?
Yeah.
I'm tired. Having trouble concentrating.
Oh,
High five. High five. See that?
Yeah.
Ouchie, eh?
Yeah. How did you get it?
Helix's dog rope dragged through his leash, dragged through my finger and burnt it. It's like a big carpet band, basically.
Okay. Bye.
Alright, so we'll be back soon with Ada now. Do you want to go and grab Ada?
Yeah. Whoa! Just look at that one. Look.
Right.
Like this. Like this. Ready?
Now, do you remember where we got to?
Yeah, the boat thingy. What that made me really angry. Remember the icy one? Ah, you ice!
Yes.
Curse you!
Nice to see you. So,
Nice to see. Icy to see you.
nice to see you.
Ice to see you.
So now what we're going to do, what's the next step? We got... Here we go. Alright. Hold on. Let's see what the video, where we got to in the video.
I can't help. Remember that time when you were gonna press and I went
Yeah.
I do remember. I didn't press anything. Yeah.
It's going. Leave it.
Now you've got the basics sorted, how about giving some more coding a try? Before we get to coding the next part, let me show you how the race currently works, and then you can have a look to see where you think some improvements could be made.
Mike!
Okay, here we are, we're all ready to go. May the best racer win. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, that's right.
Stop! Now, wouldn't it be good if instead of having to do a countdown out loud, there was a way we could just switch a lever or press a button and we'd know the game was starting? If we just rewind here, there's a wooden button on the floor at the start. Why don't we use that?
No, but I will.
Let's carry on and look at the rest of the race.
No, sorry.
They're racing and Ben is in the lead, but I'm catching him up fast, except he's almost at the button and... Hey! Well, how did that happen? Now, do you understand what just happened? In the code editor, we have some code which declares a winner when a player presses a button. Unfortunately, the code doesn't know the difference between a wooden button and a stone button right now. So Mike has sneakily used the wooden button at the start of the race and pressed it to win. That's not very good racing etiquette, is it? So first up, I think we need to fix this to cut out any other potential risk of cheats. Okay then, so what was it that went wrong? Mike pressed the button at the beginning, which set off that winner message. The button at the start was a wooden button, and the one at the end is a stone button. What we need to do is make the code detect what kind of button has been pressed.
We don't have to do this now if you don't feel like doing
No, it's alright. I want to do it.
it. Okay.
Button has been pressed, and only send the winning message if the player presses the stone button. Head to the player file and take a look at your on-button press method. We need to make a little change to this so it only runs for a certain type of button. But how do we go about doing this? Well, we'll be using something called an if statement, which is a conditional. When you put code inside an if statement, that code will only run under certain conditions.
I like Mike.
I'm from England, and in England it rains a lot. Whenever I leave the house, if it's raining, I take an umbrella. If we wrote this in code, it would look like this. On leave house, if raining, take umbrella. See, I only need to take my umbrella when it's raining, which means the take umbrella code sits inside the if statement, just here.
Let's add an if statement now to the top of your on button press method by looking up if and dragging it in from the sidebar. Now, instead of leaving this part at the top of the if statement empty, we want to use it to detect the material of the button that has just been pressed. Remember, we only want to run the winner's code if it's the stone button. Click on the space in the if statement and select the left equals right option. This means the if statement now has two parts to fill in. On the left, we're going to be checking the material of the button that was just pressed. Then on the right, we're going to check if it's a button made from stone. If it is a stone button, we can announce the winner. We have to be quite specific here, so the code inside the if statement runs under the correct conditions. Unfortunately, we can't simply check if the button equals stone button. Why is that? Well, imagine you were a teacher and you were trying to get some information about students in your class. If a student is studying art, you want to make them sit on one side of the classroom, and if they're not, they sit on the other.
Can I tell
You couldn't
something?
just ask,
I
does...
just need to pause. Mr. Mars face on his phone is like this pancake with a squiggly mouth and eyes going like this. It's funny.
You've been looking at his phone, have you?
Yeah.
Does
No,
the student
it-
equal
it-
art?
it
Because this wouldn't make
happens on Miss
sense.
Margaret's
You have to ask,
computer.
does
Ah.
the subject the
see.
student is studying equal art? So when we're checking to see if the button is wooden or stone, we need to ask, does the button type equal stone? Not simply, does the button equal stone? To set this up, press the plus button inside the if statement to open up the build window and select button. Then select get type from the build window. Drag this into the left-hand side of the if statement. Now simply click the right space and select material. Then choose stone button from the list. So far we've filled in the if statement, but what...
Alright, so we've got to put an if condition.
Okay,
Hold on,
I'll just get it.
Stop.
Ah.
We're just in the video.
I thought that was
Yeah. So the if, you know where the if is?
if. I have to look it up because
Click. Oh. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. Right, now click on it and drag. No.
I can't.
Yeah. I'll tell you what you're doing. Here, stop.
Wait.
Just click on it and hold the button down. Yep. Put it over there, inside the... Oh, wait, we've already done this. Look.
Press if. There is no if.
Yeah. Look. Here, let go of that. Get rid of this. Stop. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I can't.
You run out of mouse pad. Now, see here? If button.getType equals...
Stone button.
Yeah, so it's material.
Material.
And then if we search for stone...
Button. Boy. But.
That one. Now, if button.getType is material.stoneButton, broadcasts a message, someone,
You
On the
won! Hello, you won!
and then reset the game. All right,
What do
and
we
then-
do with it? Well, we can drag in the broadcast message and the reset game so they sit inside the if statement. In theory, we should be able to read this out loud now, and it should make sense in English as well as Java. So this essentially says, when a player presses a button, if the button type equals stone button, broadcast a message saying who won the race, then reset the game. Easy! Now then, we've sorted what happens when a stone button is pressed, but what about a wooden button? If you remember, I said we should set up the beginning of the game so it would let all the players know when to start. As we already have our if statement which works for the stone button, we can add in something called an else if statement for our wooden button. Search for else if in the search bar and drag it in below the if statement. Instead of writing everything out again to fill the top of the else if statement, we can copy what we put at the top of the if statement instead. To do this, drag the line at the top of the if statement over to the left of the code editor and drop it in the copy to saved block section. This saves a copy of your block so you can reuse it in other places in your code. To use this saved block, head to the saved block section in the sidebar and drag out this saved block into the top of the else if statement. However, we don't want this to run for the stone button as well. So to change it, click on the material.stone button section and select material again. But this time click wooden button to change the condition this else if statement runs under. So now we've created our else if and add code we want to run at the start. Let's add in a message. Click on the build button within your else if statement and select get game. Then select broadcast message and place the block. Click on the space in the broadcast message and let's simply type in go. And you know what we can go and do now?
Mike!
Yeah. So she uses this thing here, this else if, which goes after the if. So it's like if this thing, but if that's not true, then it goes else if. Oops, what happened there? All right.
Ah!
Yeah. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Yeah. All right. So what she did here, I'll show you this last. She clicked on. Oh, okay.
I put it in the save spot.
She
I put it in the save spot.
Oh, you already did it. Oh, sorry. Yeah. And then we want to put that in the else if, yeah? So we're saying if it's not stone, then check if it's wood.
Did Milo do that?
Well, he's doing the PvP one. He's doing a different level.
Oh, W wood
And then space.
button.
Alright, choose that one. And then I'm pretty sure she just has a
No, wait, stop.
broadcast message.
The go.
Yeah.
Get game.
Yeah.
I need that. I'll just. Hey.
So go and get the broadcast message.
What? Oh. Wait. Where is it normally?
So you can use a scroll wheel to scroll over a bit. What is it? Oh, get game dot broadcast message. So do this get game broadcast message, and then the message is
On. Go. I mean go.
yeah. So we'll do this. We'll make it a capital G. To do that, you press the shift key here,
Yeah.
and then press G at the same time, and then I think she's got an exclamation mark there. Go.
Yes. Now I want to play the ice one. Just kidding. That is my worst enemy. Oh wait, crafting table. Suspense.
Did you click run?
Yeah, I picked one. Run. It's running. Games. I said breath. Huh?
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah. It's probably just Minecraft, isn't it? Hold on, just stop. Yeah. We'll do that.
Why is there a person doing a rock star?
Well, it's whatever's on Google at the moment.
Get ready. Go, 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 go. Get a bird. What is that? Dead face.
The way I do it is I put my fingers like this, so
That's
I can
what I do.
Yeah.
Wait, like.
Put that one on the W, that one on the W, that one on the D, and then that one on the A. And here's each finger. Yeah?
Oops.
You keep bumping the shift, which is how you get out of the boat.
Aww. I do not want to press.
Just stop pressing that.
Okay. Shift. Now it's so dumb.
Is this where you started?
No, there's cactuses.
Yeah? See? So dark. Wow. Ah.
Is there another spot? That's where we started.
It is. Do you think it's where we started?
Go behind you. Set
What is it?
daytime. Set daytime. Date. Day.
What? Time.
Day.
Set.
Day. Set. It's time set.
Let's just say.
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
hello.
the button. That was the end. We're actually at the end of the race.
Oh, hello. Time for me. Actually, I'll do this one. Can I do it?
Yeah.
Wait, how do I put my fingers on?
Middle finger always goes on the W,
W.
and then you one on each side.
What is that? Oh. Go. Imagine if I went in the lava. How do you jump?
Space. Here, you go. You're
But
not.
I'm
you're-
not good at parkour on a keyboard.
No, that's totally okay.
Totally agree. Press sprint. I think I need to get how to teach computer. It just
Oh no.
there are neo jumps. What? I mean, there are head. Oh, those ones make you faster if you keep pressing X, I guess. What the? I think you're the first person I've seen
Look
do
at
it.
I'm using it like.
Do it the other way. Do it like that. Do it like this. Down. No.
I'm still not sure I can do it properly. Should we try?
Okay, let's just do a different one.
Well, let's
Make me go
hold on.
forward.
Let's go here and finish watching this because I think that might be the end of the section almost.
Test this. Don't forget, you need to run your code to update your server, so press the run button now, join Minecraft, and see if your changes work as expected. Now then, let's give this race another go. This time, no need to count down. I just need to press this button and go! Ben starts out in the lead again, but Mike is close up behind him, although what they weren't expecting was me to be hot on their tails. Whoa, whoa, can I make the corner? Wait, where did Mike go? And Ben has taken the win this time. Nice work, Ben. Excellent racing prowess.
Now, do you want to do the next section?
Could I do that on Saturday?
Absolutely.
Yay, thanks, Dada.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Thanks, Law.
Dada.
See you next time.